Hello and welcome back to the Football Chat podcast. It's episode 49 today. We're going to be continuing our season review and preview of every different Premier League club. We've done Arsenal, Villa, Bournemouth, Brighton and Brentford. Took me a minute there to remember. Now we're on to Chelsea. Number 6, I believe, in the mini-series. We did take a week off the podcast, so apologies everyone on Spotify. Obviously there's no content on there for a week, but we're focusing on the England under-19s Euros, and so we had a lot of content around that. None of it was really long enough to go on Spotify, so we didn't bother. But we are back now with weekly podcasts. So yeah, hopefully no inconveniences caused there. Chelsea then, of course, both Chelsea fans. This is the one that really matters in the series. Mm-hmm. Well, the one that matters the most, well, at least to us. But yeah, looking at last season then, tough season of injuries, sanctions and Lukaku is what I've written on the board.
I love how Lukaku is labelled as a category.
Well, they are the three things which I think impacted Chelsea the most. Because as much as people go, oh, Chelsea had a horrific season, they won the Champions League and then did nothing. I think if you look at the circumstances surrounding the season, I'd consider the achievements to be pretty decent. 2 cup finals, which were decided on penalties, which is just how every cup final is decided now, apparently. And injuries, obviously, to key players, Reece James and Ben Chilwell, left us. Well, there are big goal scorers and creators this season with the wing backs. It's kind of the system that we're playing now with Tuchel, and we lost both of them through injury for large majorities of the season. So, I mean, we definitely should have replaced them in January and didn't. That was annoying, but yeah, I mean, I think that's another example of stuff going wrong that's out of our hands. Then, of course, the sanctions, because Chelsea started a war, so that was
we should have done annoying. That is not good for us.
Remember when Werner was on the front lines shooting people? Yeah, the sanctions, annoying, but yeah, we move. And then Romelu Lukaku to Chelsea has been the worst transfer in history. £100 million, the Belgian moved from Inter to Chelsea, then decided 6 months in he wants to go back. Yeah. And decided, rather than just telling people around the club and stuff, keep it behind closed doors, so it doesn't cause any uproar, he decided to not tell anyone at the club who was going to do an interview and just told the world on Sky Sports that he wanted to leave. So that was brilliant.
I really don't know. The sanctions we could do nothing about. Injuries, we could have bought in players in January to replace them, and even with Lukaku we could have bought in a striker to give us, or even just to give us 6 months of a proper striker.
We should have just given Haaland whatever he wanted.
Yeah, I don't understand why we didn't replace him, and I think that was our massive downfall. I still think without the injuries and the sanctions, I don't think we'd have won the Premier League. I don't think we'd have been up there.
No, but I genuinely think if we had Reece James and Ben Chilwell, the Champions League would have been a possibility. I mean, we did have Reece back for that game.
I mean, yeah.
If you throw Chilwell in there rather than Alonso. Alonso was fantastic on that night.
I'm annoyed with our Champions League because we were terrible in the first leg against Real Madrid. We went to the Bernabeu, put on an absolute show. We got a dodgy goal given again. Marcos Alonso's goal.
I think
should have counted.
That should have counted. We would then be in the final, and then you're in a Champions League final. Anything can happen.
We can't complain. It was quarters, obviously. It's quarters, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Quarters.
Sorry, yeah.
But I mean, and then we can't. I can't take anything away from Real Madrid because their last 2 goals, that Modric pass and that Benzema finish, you can't do anything about. And those 2 goals once again. So I'm not annoyed about the Champions League. Premier League, we qualified for the Champions League again.
Because we did the bare minimum, we got that 3rd place. If we dropped a 4th or something, I'd have been pissed off, but I'm content with 3rd. We should have won one of the FA Cup or Carabao Cup though.
That was poor.
I mean, there was a very just decision to deny the Lukaku goal in the Carabao Cup, which was, again, ridiculous.
Yeah, but we had so many other chances to score goals.
Indeed, I'm not.
And to be fair, we got very lucky in the Carabao Cup when that Liverpool goal got ruled off.
It's been a weird season for Chelsea.
In terms of the season, I'm happy with it, despite everything. It does give me hope next season, because if we manage to do what we did this year, with, as you said, the sanctions and Lukaku, obviously, we'll get his transfers in a minute. Obviously, Lukaku's gone now. That's a big thing. Sanctions are over, and we've got a new owner in. He's got some money, apparently. If we bring in the backups for the injuries, if we can replace the players we've lost, I do think we can definitely push for something this year.
Yeah, indeed. Annoyingly, I've just seen something. We're doing this the day before. I reckon Chelsea's FPL prices will be announced. Or some of them anyway. Because City had 11 prices yesterday, Liverpool 11 today. I imagine they're doing it in league order, but yeah. Let's look at Chelsea's squad then. That's why I'm on the Premier League app. Have a little gander. We'll do a squad keeper sale like we have for all of the other teams. We'll start with keepers.
Yeah.
I think this is a highly contentious topic here. Of course, we're not going to really... Nathan Baxter, Teddy Sharman-Lowe going to keep around. Yeah. Sharman-Lowe, of course, now a European champion with the England under-19 side. So congrats to him and the squad. But yeah, Edouard Mendy.
Keep.
Very obvious.
That's not a debate. Definitely keep Mendy. What a season he had for us.
Marcus Bettinelli, I don't really know what's going on there.
Keep him for the English quota. That's easy. Just keep him around.
Yeah.
We need to take our homegrown status.
Maybe get Johnstone though if you can.
He's already got the Palace.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Forgot to hand that deal. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. And then Kepa.
Keep.
You reckon?
100%. I think there's a very, very good goalkeeper in Kepa.
I agree.
I think in penalty shootouts he is crucial. Obviously, he didn't prove that in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Well, in the Carabao Cup, he's only done that. But I definitely think there is a very good goalkeeper inside Kepa, and he's a fantastic backup goalkeeper. Especially with the World Cup, he's going to need to play. He will have to play Cup. He might have to do a few Champions League games, even Premier League games. To put, if Edu Mendy gets injured,
I'd want to see Kepa on loan this season because I think his current age, he needs to be developing. He needs to be playing regularly in the top flight of a league. Potentially a move to someone like Inter Milan, or because we seem to love them. Inter Milan, Juventus, basically anyone in the Serie A, anyone in La Liga, but obviously Real aren't going to, Barca aren't going to. So
is he going to? He would have kept a start over Handanovic, Szczesny, Mainan.
I think he starts over Handanovic. 40-year-old Handanovic.
Yeah, but Inter love him, and Inter don't.
Yeah,
like
but they've got to phase out eventually. Then you look at like Spain, Oblak. That's really annoying because I think he'd be a really good fit there. Like when we loaned Courtois there.
Yeah, because that went well, didn't he?
Yeah, but then he came back to Chelsea and was great, and then we sold him for some money. He snaked us. Anyway, and made us sell our really good goalkeeper that we bought from Rennes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But, yeah, Kepa, I think a loan move would work best, but I don't know where. So, yeah, maybe Borussia Dortmund. Just came to mind. Co-bullshit.
Hits is shit.
Hits is also shit. Berkey's just vanished off the face of the earth. Kepa on loan to Dortmund makes a lot of sense. It's a league where a lot of young players have developed. He'd get a chance to be in a side which defensively looks a lot more solid than it did last season. So it's not like his numbers are going to be hurt massively by the fact that Emre Can's playing centre half. But under Terzic now at Dortmund, I think that could be.
Yeah. I think
that's a really good opportunity. I think a loan for Kepa makes a lot of sense because he's not going to start for Chelsea.
I'd say loan or keep. Do not sell him. He's got long-term potential in that goalkeeper.
And I know you mentioned in the cups and stuff, but I'd rather maybe give Sharman or Baxter a game in the Carabao Cup. What?
Yeah, true. Actually,
it's only the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, and then we can put Mendy back in
FA Cup.
And that.
Yeah, I mean Mendy can play every game anyway.
I know.
The only reason he doesn't is so we can give Kepa some minutes. But if we loan out Kepa,
I'm saying if Edu gets injured, I don't want Sharman Lowe to be starting.
Yeah, potentially bring in another keeper then.
Yeah,
and loan out Kepa
or Bettinelli or whoever.
I don't want Bettinelli to be our next choice.
If Edu gets injured, I also don't want him to. If he gets injured for 2 months, and our keeper is Sharman Lowe, who's never played Premier League football before.
Yeah, fair point. Maybe we'll need to go get another keeper then for it to loan out Kepa. But I just don't see why we'd keep Kepa around. I think he just needs to be playing regular minutes. Marcus Alonso, sell. He's not already gone yet, but he should be going to Barca for 15 mil. That was the thing we did at the start of the window, and it's kind of just died down and no one's mentioned it.
I love him. I don't really care. I think he needs to go at this point, but I do.
He's not good enough. He's not good enough for Chelsea. Thiago Silva.
Definitely keep.
Must keep. Already signed a new deal. More than content with him. Trevor Chalobah.
Keep. We can't afford to go any centre half at the moment.
Chilwell, Reece. Same. Absolutely going nowhere.
Already going.
Azpilicueta. Weird situation now because Tuchel seems to want to keep him around, which I just do not understand at all. Do not understand. We don't need him.
Gives me very JT vibes in his last season. where he's kind of losing touch with the Premier League pace. But he's being kept around for his captain.
I was going to say he'd be brilliant for leadership, but he's not going to start. He's not going to start minutes. He's not going to get any minutes next season if we sign centre halves.
Yeah.
So I don't want him to be blocking players from getting minutes because for some reason we're playing someone who's clearly past his best.
I wouldn't mind if we've got Stevenage in the Carroll Cup and with Reston players.
But then equally, I'd rather see someone like Malang Sarr get some minutes against Stevenage.
Yeah, you can. I'm just saying though. But I mean, at this rate, Malang Sarr's going to be starting for us. So
I don't think because we've got Thiago Silva, Trevor Chalobah, Malang Sarr stay for now, but he's not really Chelsea quality. Emerson, I want us to sign on the left back.
I'm happy for Emerson to. I like Emerson. I think keep Emerson.
I'd rather keep him over Alonso, but I'd also rather us go and sign a Borna Sosa, a David Raum.
Yeah. If we bring
even
in
a Dwight McNeil.
If we bring in another left back, then get rid of him. If not, I'm happy for him to play backup.
Yeah, I think especially. I hope we switch to a 4-back next season, which I think would mean I think keeping Emerson in that situation would be better than bringing.
Because honestly, you got to remember,
Raum was better as a wing back. Sosa's I think he's fine at left back, but
when Chilwell first got injured, that was our plan, wasn't it, to recall Emerson from loan? But
Leon wanted 9 mil just to recall him. They wanted a few £1,000,000 to recall someone we have, so we just didn't do that. Dylan Williams signed from Derby, I believe. He's not going anywhere, is he?
In a few years, he will be a very good player.
Umbayumba, look for a championship loan move. Ethan Ampadu, give some minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
He was fantastic playing in a relegation dogfight in the Serie A. He was a standout player for Venezia.
He looked great on the international stage.
We've clearly not got any centre-halves come through the door just yet. If we do get Delit and do get Koundé, maybe give Ampadu another loan move. But I think even then, that leaves you with Thiago Silva, Delit, Koundé, Colwill, Chalobah, Sarr. I'd rather us have Ampadu over Sarr and... I think Colwell's better than Ampadu, but he's not got any
minutes. But
he should be. If we don't, it's a disgrace.
We'll see.
If we don't give Colwell minutes next season, it's a disgrace. Would you keep Wassell? Heavy Colwell.
If we're going to give minutes, keep him, obviously. But if we're not, sell him.
Really?
I just don't. What's the point if we're not going to give him minutes?
I just can't fathom us keep selling good young players.
I know what we'll do. We'll do what Chelsea did with every other good young player. We'll keep sending them out on loan for 7 years, and then we'll sell them for cheap to someone somewhere else, and then they'll become really good at that.
But look at the poor sales we've made in recent years. They've gone to be superstars. I mean, even Gerhi and Livramento look like standout players. Ake is now coming back to the club apparently for 40 mil after we sold him for like 20. You look at De Bruyne, Salah, obviously the big names. Lukaku not quite as much.
I don't understand our football club sometimes.
We cannot afford to sell Levy Colwill, in my opinion. Matt Miazga and fucking Baba Rahman.
Get them. Oh, why do we keep them? To keep sending them out on loan? They're shit. Get rid of them.
Genuinely, I'd be happy to pay them to leave the club.
Baba Rahman, possibly on the worst footballer I've ever seen in a Chelsea shirt. Probably the worst.
The thing is, they do bring in a little bit of money for the club every year. Because whatever team we loan them to is paying their wage and then probably a little monthly fee or something.
It just infuriates me every time I look at our squad and see their names on the sheet.
Yeah, right. On to midfielders then.
Yeah.
Jorginho, I would be very... I'd rather see him go in the De Ligt deal than Werner.
100%. I love Timo Werner, and I think there's a world-class player in Timo Werner. If we can unlock that,
I think there's certainly a very good player.
Best players ever in the world.
I think I rate Jorginho really highly, but I think in the Italian leagues he would be one of the best midfielders in the world.
I'm not saying
the Prem is just not.
Exactly, yeah.
It's not his pace.
He's a good midfielder, but he does not suit the Premier League at all.
Equally, people slag him off saying that Rice is going to be infinitely better because Jorginho only passes sideways when Jorginho has more big chances of credit than Rice last season. So
was only bought to Chelsea because he was a Sarri signing. He wasn't a Chelsea signing. It was a Sarri signing who Sarri wanted.
Yeah.
Which means he doesn't work really in any other system.
Equally, we can't let him go and not bring in a DM.
Oh, not at all.
But if we keep Ampadu at the club, then I think we're fine. Because he can cover for Kante.
Yeah.
So we'll be fine there. Speaking of which, N'Golo Kante.
If we're letting Jorginho go, I'm keeping Kante. for this year. I think.
I think if we get 90 mil, sell him.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't good enough last season, really. And I think we can replace him for that.
Play for a bit, didn't he?
With that kind of money, we can replace him adequately. With, I'd say, Mohamed Sangare from PSV I'd like us to sign.
I always think Kante's done well for us.
Yeah, but I thought last season he struggled a lot.
But I think the big thing is he's the type of player that can play 3 games a week, 2 games a week.
Yeah, he has had some injury concerns though over the last few years. I just think if you get enough money, let him leave, because we can either promote from within or
don't try and let him leave. Don't
force him out the club.
If you get the right money, then accept the offer, let him go, but don't go around looking for clubs to sell him to. Just keep him, but if we get the right price.
Mato Kovacic.
Love Kovacic. Absolutely love Kovacic.
I'd argue he's one of the best midfielders in the world right now.
I love him, but not that.
I think he is absolutely quality. I think he's so underrated. I mean, I saw him in the Nations League for Croatia against France.
Oh, that midfield of Modric and Kovacic.
Absolutely insane.
So good.
People sleep on Mato Kovacic, but I think in the right midfield he would be. I think he is anyway one of the best midfielders in the world right now. And I think in a 3-man midfield next season with a DM and then Mason Mount as well in there. That would work perfectly.
100% keep.
Christian Pulisic, divisive topic. Pulisic.
This man, right, is the most up and down footballer I know. When we play City and Palace, he's Eden Hazard. It's like watching Eden Hazard at the bridge again. But when we play any other club that isn't Palace, City or Burnley, he is rubbish. And I don't know why.
He's very inconsistent with his form. I rate Pulisic somewhat, but I also think if we find... I don't think it'll go because of Todd Bowley now, but if we can find an adequate suitor, I'd be more than happy to see him leave.
Especially when we've got...
For the right money.
If we have Werner, Mount...
We'll get on to players later, but there's definitely options out there.
Definitely.
With the current transfer news and rumours and stuff, I think Pulisic could potentially leave. The only reason I'd keep him for another year to see how he develops, because he could become a beast. But I also think he could be used in a swap deal for Federico Chiesa in a year's time. And I'm still holding on to some hope that we can sign Chiesa. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I really hope it can. He could be another player thrown into the De Ligt swap deal, and I'd be happy for that. I think he'd really suit their system as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe, give them both Pulisic and Jorginho plus 60 mil for De Ligt and Chiesa. That would be robbery. But that won't happen, but you never know. Next up then, Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
I like Loftus-Cheek.
Sell.
I think he did well in the back end of last season. And I think we could just turn him into a backup striker, who we bring on just to bully people around.
Right.
I think he's great. Little false 9 role for him.
We have Breuer, Havertz and Werner at the club, and we'd rather turn Loftus-Cheek into our striker.
Okay, don't turn him into a striker. I like Loftus-Cheek. I think he's a good player and a very good backup option for the cup competitions.
I like Loftus-Cheek. I don't think he's Chelsea quality. I'd rather see us give minutes to Gallagher and Gilmour and look to the future with the likes of Lewis Hall than give a 26-year-old Ruben Loftus-Cheek more minutes, despite him being around the side for around 5 years now and never really progressing to the point. We
need some Premier League experience in there.
I agree, but if we're keeping Kovacic, Mount, Gallagher's got Prem experience now, Gilmour's had a season of Prem football as well.
I know, but still, I think, again, we're talking the very top of the Champions League. Conor Gallagher played for Crystal Palace. Gilmour played a few games for Chelsea and for Norwich.
Gilmour didn't play for Chelsea this season?
No, last season.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not doubting that they're bad at football. I think they're fantastic footballers. I don't know.
I don't think Loftus-Cheek adds us any more Champions League quality than Conor Gallagher does.
Good point. I don't really mind what happens to Loftus-Cheek.
The fact he was on loan at Fulham last season and now somehow he's back at Chelsea getting minutes. And he played well against Palace, that was it, in the FA Cup semis. I would be happy to see him leave. If we could get 20 mil, 15 mil for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I'd be more than happy to take that. Because that can buy us a Borna Sosa or a David Raum. a left wing backup option, which we don't have at the moment.
But I don't
because
really
I don't rate Alonso.
I don't really mind Ramos Loftus-Cheek.
Okay, Ross Barkley.
Never
go.
want to see this man
Get
in
him
a
out.
Chelsea shirt ever again. Not even in training. I want him gone now. Hate him.
Problem is, I just don't see where he goes.
And he's rubbish. I don't care. I genuinely do not care.
Okay, well,
not
actually
Chelsea.
thinking about it, I don't see where he goes is the problem, because nobody will want to stamp up any money for him, and yet Chelsea will want
Somewhere
to return
will.
some of their money. Who?
Like Japan. Or
They're not going to pay
China.
15 mil. They don't have 15 mil.
They do. They give people like 500 million.
Yeah, exactly.
A year.
They give them big contracts where they don't pay transfer fees.
I don't. Why do we want 15 mil? Let him go for 5.
We've spent like 30 on him. They'll want to make some of that money back.
And we've got enough money. We're a football club.
Okay. We'll take a massive loss on everyone because we've got money.
No.
We have money.
No, that's what I'm saying though. If we take
You've had a good month in the
Don't
kitchen. It's
take
a
it.
mill because we've got money.
don't take a loss
Right,
on
right.
everyone. If we take a loss on Barkley, it's fine because we can sell someone else for lots of money.
Yeah, sure, whatever. If you can find 10, 15 mil, maybe, yeah, just get him gone. But I don't know anyone that's going to want Ross Barkley right now.
Or loan him out and put an option to buy in it.
Yeah,
So
but
he
then
does
they
badly,
just
then
won't
fine.
trigger it. I think a championship move would suit Barkley. I think Norwich, 10 mil, perfect.
Did Norwich want to come back up?
In the championship, Ross Barkley would be there is a fantastic player in Ross Barkley. Think back to Everton in 2017, 2018 kind of time. Or even before that, 2015, 16, isn't it? Lukaku kind of era. The two of them together were unstoppable at times.
Ross Barkley is rubbish.
He is not rubbish. Ross Barkley, there is a fantastic footballer there. If you give him regular minutes
I think the championship
and
maybe,
no pressure or expectation in the championship with Norwich, a side that should comfortably be coming up anyway, he would be absolutely fantastic.
Definitely.
And a chance to revitalise his career at 28.
I think that's definitely a loss on ownership because you're not unlocking that player in the Premier League because
I think you still could. I think he could then come up with Norwich and be pivotal for them. There's still a brilliant player in Ross Barkley. He just needs the right manager to believe in him and give him that time.
Not me.
And minutes. You're not a manager, so that's fine.
Good.
You're not right now. You're not going to go and bring
Better than
Ross Barkley.
Southgate.
You're going to bring Bartley into the England squad,
Yeah,
are you?
go on.
Great. He needs club football, manager that believes in him, and no pressure or expectation. Next up then, Mason Mount.
100% key, not in a debate.
Yeah, he's the greatest footballer ever, so that's fine. Hakim Ziyech,
So,
if you can find the right club.
yeah. And I think someone will take him.
If you can, 30 mil, Dortmund,
Serie A.
or, yeah, AC Milan are interested,
Just-
but they don't have any money,
again,
so that's
like
a problem.
Jorginho, in a slower league where he can afford to take a touch and put it on his left foot because he can only use his left foot. In a league like that where he's got the time to play his delicate balls over top, it's perfect. Probably in the Premier League, 'cause he tries to do
but
that. By the time he's played the pass, he's already been.
I don't think the pace is too much of a problem. I think the fact that the Premier League defences are so good.
He's just so one-footed.
Yeah, he needs the time. So, in the Bundesliga, I think he would cook.
Playing balls over the top to
If say Dortmund went and signed him,
who's Dortmund striker?
Adeyemi.
Adeyemi.
Yeah.
Playing balls over
And
to Adeyemi.
Sebastian Haller. They've just signed the two of them. Ziyech in the midfield. They'll play a 3-5-2, I reckon. Ziyech in that midfield role will he'll be sort of attacking
Royce
mid,
and-
going find the wide areas. I don't know where Royce will play, but
I don't know. I could trigger any Dortmund.
I was gonna say I don't know how Royce is going to be there, but it'll probably be Jude Bellingham. But
Oh, of course. I could go, yeah.
if he's in that attacking mid role, give him free roam, out wide, out left, out right, putting the balls in there, he'll cook. So send him to Dortmund, or maybe a Juventus. He'd also do well. But AC, the club that's most interested, unfortunately they don't have money, so that is a problem.
Surprise.
Next up, a bit of a divisive topic in the Chelsea fan base: Billy Gilmore.
110% keep.
Really,
Love this man so much.
I love Billy, but he really struggled with Norwich last
And
season.
anyone would have struggled in that Norwich side. No,
Ross
come
Barkley
on.
wouldn't.
They were awful. They were so bad.
You can still shine in a bad side. Look at like Emmanuel Dennis this season. Watford were horseshit, and yet he was fantastic. Look at the kind of numbers he
But
put
Watford
up.
weren't. Watford won. They were Dennis scored and won Norwich game. Yeah, Watford won games.
Norwich won
Norwich
games.
didn't. Who?
Norwich finished a point off Watford. So what the hell are you talking about?
They were just
You're
rubbish.
just chatting shit.
Every game I watched Norwich, they were awful.
They were good players for
Whereas
Norwich.
Watford gave everyone...
Pookie did alright.
But like, Watford scored in every game. That's the difference. Norwich did nothing. Just nothing. All I remember was Norwich beating Watford when Josh bloody Sargent scored a double.
Josh Sargent's different gravy. That's his only goal.
No.
It was an open goal against
I really
Brighton.
like Billy Gilmore. I think he's a fantastic player.
And we let Jorginho go. I think he's also good backup to
He's
Kante in the
definitely
DM
the
role.
Scottish Kante, easily.
No. On
potential's
the
there.
ball, he's a lot better than Kante. I think.
Exactly.
Kante's much more a defensive player, and Gilmore nowhere near matches Kante's defensive efforts. But he can do a job in that DM role. But
Billy
he'd be
Gilmore
more of a
better than
Jorginho than a Kante in DM. He's not going to be like lung busting runs and stuff, but he will pick out the pass.
Exactly.
More of a regista.
And he will keep going. He's got stamina. He won't give up.
Indeed, yeah. I think a loan move if a club like West Ham came in for him, but I don't see a West Ham coming in. Why not?
I want to keep Billy in the squad.
Why?
I like him, and I think he's a
I
good
love
player.
Billy as well, but he didn't do well enough last season. I think another loan move, potentially Crystal Palace. They want Gallagher, but if we go,
I don't like
he
judging-
also starts with G.
I don't like judging players that went out on loan and their
Why
performance
not?
was there. Well, especially not in Norwich. You cannot say that you can't work out.
Yeah, that's why I want to give him another year loan so we can judge it.
No,
Whether
I
it
wanna
was
see him in
Norwich
the
or whether
Chelsea
he's...
side.
Why? We
Because,
saw...
no, you see him in the Chelsea side, then you go, right, he's not good enough.
He won't get regular minutes for Chelsea next season, so
then
it's pointless him being there.
Okay, well, we'll loan him out then. We'll do what we do with every other player, and we'll loan him out for years, and then we'll see what happens.
We don't do that with loads of players though. We just do it with shit like Baba Rahman.
No, but
They're not young talents that have come through the squad. They're players that we bought for too much money and then can't shift. The young players are fine. They either get a shot in the team or they get moved on because they're good young talents. Baba Rahman is not a
but
good young
I wanna
talent.
see-
Danny Drinkwater is not
I
a
want us
good
to
young
be
talent.
decisive. I want us to bring Billy in and go, right, he's not good enough, get rid of him, or he's had a good season, let's keep him.
That's why he needs another loan move in the Prem to prove himself.
I don't want him to prove himself at Chelsea.
He can't. He's not starting over N'Golo Kante.
Wait.
If we turn to Kante and go, right, mate, you're not actually going to start any games this season because we've got some bloke who did shit at Norwich last year. He's going to be starting every match.
I know what usually happens is they go prove themselves out on loan, and then they come back to Chelsea and they're rubbish. Which is why I worry for Conor Gallagher.
When has that happened?
I don't know.
The last few loan moves, Mason Mount, Fikayo Tomori, Tammy Abraham.
No, what I'm saying
Where's
is,
your logic?
no, but your logic there is they only got minutes because we had a transfer embargo.
They
But
don't-
as you're
they did,
saying,
though.
Gilmore won't get the minutes.
Yeah, because we've got Kante there.
No, what I'm saying is
He's
there's a
not better than Kante.
because
And he didn't do well on loan.
'Cause
Mount in the Championship was fantastic. Tomori in the Championship was fantastic. Still didn't give minutes because Lampard hates him. And Abraham in the Championship was fantastic. We gave him minutes and they proved themselves.
Yeah, Tammy
Gilmore
Abraham
was
was at Villa.
shit last season. And now he needs
different. No, but they
another
were both
campaign to prove himself.
Villa and
out
Derby
on
are
loan.
pushing for playoffs, having great seasons. Norwich were rubbish.
Doesn't matter. Loftus-Cheek still showed some signs of promise in that Fulham side. Gilmore needs another loan move. Crystal Palace would be a perfect fit.
Okay, let's move on.
Sure.
Let's move on.
I can't justify starting him in the Premier League for Chelsea next season. Kennedy,
Get him.
just find a
Oh,
club,
my
please. Facino Angerim.
Go.
Why?
No,
Why
no.
do you hate? Why do you not believe in the Chelsea loan system?
don't.
We're just going to scrap it all.
Again,
No
no,
loans.
he's
You either
been on
start
loan
or
for
die.
donkey's years.
He's 20. What do you want? How has he been on loan for donkeys?
Well, he has been that.
No, he didn't. He got two loan moves last season. He went to Lokomotiv Moscow, which was a stupid idea.
Why are we doing that?
And then we
Why
brought
would
him back in January because
Why
war
would we
kicked off.
send him to Russia?
And then we sent him to Huddersfield, and he had a fantastic second half of the campaign.
Okay, yeah, I like Huddersfield. All right.
Where would you? So a loan move to another top championship side.
Huddersfield.
Take Huddersfield again. Okay, we're back believing in the loan system now. That's exciting. Kai Havertz, keep and
Keep
start
that man.
from
I love him.
Harvey Vale.
Oh, 150. Keep.
Loan.
Keep. He's not getting minutes, is he?
No, he's going to sit there and like Dane
I
Scarlett.
just don't like
Fancy.
players going out on loan because... No, I do.
Fuck's
But
sake.
what happens with Chelsea is we usually forget about them.
Do we?
Unless if we don't send them to the Premier League or
All right, tell me
Championship,
one loan player
we
you've
forget
forgotten
about.
about.
No, but what I'm saying is, if we don't send them to the
forgotten about them.
if we don't send them to the Premier or the Championship, then we'll forget about them. And I can't name you any I've forgotten because I've already forgotten them.
Yeah, no, I'd say that. Martson was fantastic for Coventry in League One last season. It's just that you don't care about them.
No, Coventry were in Championship again. See my point
I thought
again.
they were in League One.
Exactly.
Who did well? Sharman Lowe, he was in League One.
Who?
Don't know.
How do you know he's in League One?
I just think he was.
No, okay. Send Vale out, but we need to send him to a good club.
Let's have a look. Who did
He needs to be. Send him to someone good.
Teddy Sharman Lowe. He was in the under 23s. Moving on then.
It's looking. No, but send Vale out to a. Think.
Derby.
No.
Wow.
Absolutely not.
They've just got new owners.
Good point. No, they'll be fine.
They're going to be in League One.
League One, though. I think that's too low for Vale's level.
You reckon? I think it'd be a nice season for him to just cook.
Yeah, but okay, great. It's good that he cooks in League One. If he comes out to the Premier League and
Yeah.
he's horse crap,
Yeah, he definitely needs a Championship move. Maybe Norwich then.
that's too high.
Why is that too high? In that team, he'd do well.
Huddersfield.
Norwich don't have any wingers.
Yeah,
Because
I don't think
Rashit's
he wouldn't
shit.
look in good
Sargent
in yellow and green.
shit.
He wouldn't look good in
Cantwell shit.
He wouldn't look good in yellow and green.
He will. Everyone does it.
Sure,
And
Championship
that
move
kit
for
is
Vale.
lovely as well.
Championship move for
And they
Vale.
should give him a high number and then I'll buy it. Charlie Webster.
Don't care. Genuinely do not care.
Lewis Hall.
Quite sure keep him around, loan him out.
He's one of our I'd argue he's a better youth prospect than Harvey Vale. And you worship Vale like he's the second coming of Cristiano Ronaldo.
There's a reason that Lewis Hall doesn't. I've never heard of him. Whereas Vale's captaining the England side to the Euros.
Yeah, because Lewis Hall's older than 19.
Exactly. I'd say. Well, of course he's going to be better then, isn't he?
He's 17 actually. He's too young to play for the under 19s. And he got Chelsea minutes last season against Brentford and was fantastic.
Yeah. Shush.
Yeah, but shush.
I okay. But then when we do this in 2 years' time and Lewis Hall wins England the Euros, then I'll say again.
So a loan move for Lewis Hall?
Yeah.
Derby?
No. Yeah.
He's 17.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay.
But will he get minutes?
There's 2 players signed on at Derby. I'd like to think so.
No, what's Raffle Morrison now as well?
Conor Gallagher.
I love this man.
Okay, so what? Okay, yeah.
Minutes. Get him minutes next season.
He should be rotating with Mason Mount
But he won't.
in the midfield.
He won't.
Well, he will.
He will sit on our bench and he'll rot
Yeah,
around.
potentially. Hopefully not, though. I don't think we're signing any midfielders, so we should be fine. Right, under the 5, I've just seen our 5 forwards that registered at the club, and I can't believe my eyes.
Mishi Bashua.
It's just the shittest. Oh, God. Right, Timo Werner.
Keep.
I'd be happy to see him leave, but...
No.
Okay, so we're not signing to let anymore because we've got a striker that's underperformed
We've got
for
money. We've
3
got
years.
a new owner. We should have enough money to buy Gillette.
2 years. Yeah, but we don't want to spend all our FFP points on him.
Well, then that's our problem, isn't it? Give him Batshuayi.
What was your point there? Well, that's our problem. Yeah, and we're talking about that problem and trying to solve it.
Just pay them. We can't get rid of our good players.
If we go and spend 100 million on Delete, 1, that's ludicrous. 2, that will ruin our
Give him
FFP.
Batshuayi or someone else then.
I don't think they're going to go, oh yeah, we're losing our best centre half and getting a shit striker.
Just don't give them Batshuayi. No, don't give them Werner.
Got to keep Batshuayi at the club.
I love Werner. I think.
I also like
genuinely
Timo Werner.
He can be the best player in the Premier League
No,
if we unlock his
you're
potential.
chatting
I'm not.
absolute
I'm not.
shit.
I'm not. Genuinely, if we get the Leipzig Werner, he'll be one of the best players in the Premier League.
Yeah, he wouldn't. He'd be one of the best players in the Bundesliga.
Well, no, because he's going to be playing for Chelsea.
Yeah, but I don't think Leipzig Werner would be all that good either. I think
Please.
if we put him in the, I'd be happy to see him leave. But
No.
I love Timo Werner, but I'd be happy to see him go.
I know. I'd just be sad. And I genuinely do think he can be one of the best players Chelsea have ever
Thank
had.
fuck we don't have you in charge of transfer recruitment. Oh, right, so you've got Thiago Silva and Chalobah as your only centre halves this season because I've sold Colwell for some reason.
I wouldn't do that. Well, when did I ever say I was going to sell Colwell?
You did say either sell him or give him minutes. If we don't give him minutes, sell him.
No, I said we don't give him minutes, not sell him. I said let him go.
And also, I've got Aspie, but he can only play against Stevenage.
No, you're not listening to me. I'm just saying, I think Timo Werner, we can unlock a fantastic footballer.
Yeah. Okay. Right, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
This guy annoys me so much. So
Right.
much.
Why?
Such a good footballer. He gets 3 games a season and does terrible in all of them.
I'd argue his 72 appearances over 3 years and 4 goals says he should not be playing for Chelsea.
Get him gone.
He got 15 starts last season.
I like Hudson.
He got 15 games last season.
This
4
is
as a
why I
sub.
hate these Chelsea episodes, because I love all our players.
Yes, I know.
Like
We've got to sell him his shit. Hang on, I love him. Keep it.
Gotta get rid of him. He's got to go. Hudson's got to go.
Yes.
Let him go.
I think if he's not going to start on the wing, he's not going to start a wing back. Let him go to a Dortmund, or maybe even throw him in the Juve deal as well for a laugh. Somewhere where he's going to get minutes and show the world his talent. Maybe even a loan move.
No.
Why not?
Sell him.
He's 21.
We're not. Okay. Maybe.
Either loan him to a Dortmund.
And again, we've loaned him out for years. We've given him.
We've never loaned him out. We've never loaned him out because his brother and agent said no, we don't want to do that.
Well, then that's their fault, and get rid of him because he's been a plonker.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just tell him now. You're going on loan, or you're going to be sold to Grimsby.
Yes.
Grimsby. Yeah. Bye. Okay. Jude Susat-Bell.
Sloan.
Sylvester Sloan.
Loan him. Loan move to Sunderland.
No.
Barnsley. Mid-table championship, higher end championship. Let's see what you can do.
Barnsley.
Yeah.
What, with Daryl Dyke?
Yeah.
Oh, the weirdest strike force ever. 2 giant strikers
Good work.
in a 1 striker formation.
Oh, I don't know. It's just an example.
Okay, thank you. Mishi Batshuayi. No! Sell him! Please! Sell Batshuayi.
I love Batshuayi.
For fuck's sake.
He won us the Premier League. Single-handedly won us the Premier League in 2018.
Yeah, that was one of his 15 goals in 77 appearances.
No, do you not remember? It was in the black and green kit against West Brom, Conte era. He scored. We won the game 1-0.
That was his most prolific Premier League season that year. He got 5 goals.
No, he's playing for Palace at that point.
No, Matt, in 2016-17. It was his first season at the club. And we all went, funny man who scored 1 goal.
Batshuayi.
That literally in the black kit with the green, bring that back, man. Bring Adidas back.
Yeah, come on. I want Mishi Batshuayi back.
No.
That's what you just said.
No, I said bring the kit back. Sell Batshuayi. Bring Adidas back and sell Batshuayi.
Okay,
That's what we need to do to fix Chelsea.
But I want him to do well.
And then Armando Broja.
Keep this man. No,
So this is Chelsea football. So we're going to keep Batshuayi and sell Broja to West Ham for 30 mil.
I hate the fact that you're right.
Just genuinely and so annoying, yeah.
Yeah.
Broja has to stay. If we sell him, we have no strikers because Werner's not really good enough and Havertz isn't a striker. And we'll just go, well, good luck. And all we're doing is signing wingers. But on to transfer news and rumours, because I think this is definitely going to be our longest one of these, because we've fucking banged on about Batshuayi for half an hour, and there was a big debate over whether we should ever loan a player ever again.
Okay, yeah, moving on.
And looking at transfer news and rumours then. Chelsea, mainly linked with buying every winger who has ever had a Brazilian passport.
But obviously the big ones... Obviously, we looked at Neymar, Rafinha, Sterling, Dembele.
Yeah, so Dembele seems to be off the cards now. The agent's messed him around. He's going to go back to Barca or something like that. I don't know. And then Rafinha's agent, Deco, is also being a muppet. So that deal, he's going to Barca now, apparently, as well.
Right. Let me get Sterling.
Neymar. He's been in talks with Todd Bowley. Why not?
Don't like him. Hate Neymar.
You don't know him?
I do.
Do you? Your
I just don't like his attitude.
I don't either, but under Tuchel, in the Premier
I don't
League,
care who he's under.
I'll be honest.
Usually
It's a transfer that would excite. Fuck's sake! It's a transfer that would excite me as a fan. It's a big statement.
I would cry.
Mate, piss off. If Todd Bowley is there holding a shirt with Neymar tomorrow, there's no way you can seriously tell me you're going, oh, I'm fucking furious.
So I look at that, I go, okay, don't mind that. Then you tell me the price.
40, 50 mil.
I go mental.
What? You just like kicking the shit. What do you mean by go? Oh, okay.
If we're paying 40, 50 million, have him. If we're paying 100,
it's not going to be hundreds. Because PSG just want to sell him.
PSG on a mare.
Why?
They spent 220 million on him.
And they just want to get him gone.
And he only played 3 games because he had birthday parties.
It'll probably be I think it'll be between 50 to 70. Yeah. Sterling then? Would you about me see him in?
Yeah, I like Sterling.
I think if we have Neymar on the left, Sterling on the right, Havertz through the middle, a midfield 3 of Mount, Kovacic, Kante, Baba Ratman at left back.
Okay, no, we're going.
Chilwell left back, Risho's right back.
Delete.
Thiago Silva and Delete as centre half.
Delete as a centre half.
Yeah, Delete again.
I'm naming rumours.
Okay, definitely Delete. And then, Edouard Mendy.
Koundé. Another rumour. As you said, Borna Sosa. Basically a lot of players, but we're signing none.
Dean Henderson just gone on loan to Forest, by the way. That's happened in the last minutes. So that's just I just saw that, thought I'd mention it. Anything for Chelsea? I'll have a little Google, see if anything news come up today.
I'm going to move into my loose predictions.
Okay. Imagine if someone's just signed for Chelsea. That would be epic.
I do think Chelsea can be there or abouts. If we sign the right players, I think we can be up there for the league. I think we definitely can be up there for the league.
Yeah. So Chelsea today will talk with Man City to complete the Sterling deal. Could be announced by Monday.
So this could be going out on the same day as Sterling deal done.
Yeah, and the kit obviously hasn't been released, so let's believe they're waiting for obviously a transfer to come through.
Okay.
And then Rafinha is now looking close to Barca. Delete to Chelsea also progressing. It's going to be 60 mil with 9 million add-ons. With no, if any player in return is going to happen, that will be a separate deal.
Oh well, I like that.
60 mil and 9 million add-ons, and I presume we're not just selling someone for free in a separate deal.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's because of taxes and stuff apparently. And AC Milan in direct contact with Chelsea for Hakim Ziyech since last week. Milan are confident as Ziyech's open to join the club. Chelsea and Milan are discussing the numbers and stuff at the moment around the deal.
Lovely. That is great news to hear. Positive news. And if we bring in all those deals, I definitely think we can challenge it.
And Ake is progressing well as well.
Okay. I think we can do well in all the competitions this year.
Yeah.
I think we can be up there for the Champions League, up there for the Prem, hopefully bring home a domestic cup as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing if anything else has happened. No. Doesn't seem... Or also, De Jong. Chelsea could hijack the deal for De Jong.
Alright.
And they're also interested in Michael Olise. Potential another winger there. But I think I want to see him another season at Palace. I don't really know how he fits in, especially if we're bringing in Neymar and Sterling. But it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out for Chelsea over the next few weeks. Hopefully, in the 2-day gap between us recording and releasing this, Chelsea don't decide to announce Sterling, announce Neymar, bring out the kit, and announce that they're going to build a massive stadium or something mental like that. Because that would really ruin this video. But it'd be great for us personally. Yeah. But yeah, that's about all. If you have enjoyed this little mini-series, there's obviously still 14 to go, so keep an eye out for them. Though the next podcast will be a Women's Euros special, so look out for that one on Wednesday. That will be episode 50 indeed, and then we'll be with Palace for 51, but I don't know when that will go out. We'll see how the scheduling works. We've got a lot of streams coming up with the Women's Euros, so might not be able to get as many podcasts out and stuff, but hopefully we can get our frequent content regardless. But yeah, that is all. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to get involved in the comments section down below. What do you think of everything we've discussed today? And any further questions and stuff, I'll make sure to reply to anything put in the comments below. If you're on YouTube as well, head on over to the Spotify. And if you're on Spotify, head on over to the YouTube. Hit all the fun buttons that do fun things and massively help us out because they push us to new audience and tell us that you are loving our content. But yeah, as I mentioned briefly there, we have got the Women's Euros now kicking off.
Yeah.
And we will be live 2 days after this. And the stream page should already be on YouTube, so make sure to look out for that. Very excited for the start of that. I think we've got about 6 or 7 group stage games in the calendar to do, and then it will be, I think we can do 3 of the quarterfinals, all of the semis, all of the finals. So hopefully you can join us for all of that. Should be a very good July, and then of course the Prem season is now just a month away.
Wow.
It's what the
2nd of July.
5th of July.
2nd. Oh, when this is going out. Sorry, yeah. We're recording this.
Will be the 4th of July. The Prem season starts on the 5th of July. So when this goes out, 31 days until the start of the Prem season.
Wow.
Very exciting times. That is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching / listening. See you next time.
See ya.